My name's John Toon. I'm a senior manager here at Beever and Struthers, but also have a responsibility for digital transformation for the business and for our clients' businesses. We do try to take an agnostic approach to the marketplace, the app marketplace, and the accounting product marketplace, because we know that trying to find one solution that fits all of our clients is not possible. So we try and find the best solution for clients. What we've tended to find is that whenever we put solutions in front of our clients and our businesses, is that Unleashed tends to come out number one compared to everything else. And I think that's down to a number of things. One is its simplicity. It's not an overly complex product, although it can do complex things. It's relatively easy to pick up, so it's intuitive to use, and it's got really great integrations.
My name's Claire Gray-Nicholson. I'm the Finance Director for Fusion Paper and Board. When we first started looking at cloud software, we were with Sage, so we did look at their cloud option, but it was really expensive and it felt a little bit over-engineered, whereas Unleashed, it did what we needed it to do, but it was much more competitively priced, which is why we moved to Unleashed.
We formed a brand called Beyond Neutral, and we offer an affordable carbon neutral paper for the public sector, such as schools, colleges, universities, that they can buy a green product which doesn't have the green premium on like many other grades do.
When we started thinking about software, we went down the route of going to a trade show in Manchester, and it was just overwhelming. All the packages, they just seemed way too over the top and just too much for our size of business. So we pretty much left that trade show more confused than before we arrived. So we then spoke to Beevers and Struthers, and they were really helpful because they know our business well.
So yeah, one of the things that's fairly unique about Fusion is, as you say, they're buying pallet loads of paper typically, and then either cutting it down or repackaging it into particular sizes, so traditional kind of things that you and I are familiar with, A4, A3, etc. But the limitation of what they were using when they were on their old system was that the stock system could bring that stock in, that pallet load of stock in, but it then couldn't deal with that transformation into those different sizes, the different reams, etc. The great thing about Unleashed is that they can bring a pallet load of stock into the system. It will automatically then know what they're going to do with that, and it will break that down into sheaves of A4, A3, etc. And it will give it the correct price, it will give it the correct sales value, etc.
I mean, we didn't have purchase orders before Unleashed. It was simply ordering via email and just it then having to input it onto the software. It reduced the amount of admin in the office.
The data that comes out of Sage 50 for stock is quite challenging to manage. It's not always comprehensive, and there's quite a few gaps that need to be filled in. So we worked closely with Claire and another consultant to help manage that data transition process. Then bring it all into Unleashed. There's a sandbox, so we get to play in there and see if it's all been brought across properly, and that they're comfortable that the data's correct for selling, buying, etc.
One of the things I like about Unleashed is the fact that it integrates with other systems. So we have integrated with Xero, which is the accountancy software, but we've also just recently integrated with Prospect, which is a CRM program. And that's what I think is a real good benefit about Unleashed. It's the fact that you can integrate with all these other areas. So as your business grows and you require new software to help you grow, Unleashed is there following you and is ready to make that step with you.
That's part of our process as well, is that when we go through these transitions, we identify what the problems are, we identify what the solutions are, but then we also work out what the right timetable for implementation is. But like I say, we have a process for taking that process on from here's day zero with your new system and we leave you to it, to follow up a month later, 2 months later, 3 months later, and just make sure everything's working as we expected, the client's happy, that everything's working as they expected. and then we can start to introduce other systems, other programs. So we've also added in credit control software over the top of what they do. We've done some other stuff in terms of their integrations, like I say, with Amazon and Shopify, improving those. We've done some work around payment collection as well, but we didn't do all that from the start because it's too much.
I really enjoy the help function that Unleash offers. You just type a message, you have an online chat, and the knowledge that they have is great. You can simply jump on a 2-minute conversation and you get the answer straight away.
The legacy is based around creating forestry around the world, and the good work the Yorkshire Dales Millennium Trust are doing is making a huge difference in the way the landscape looks across Yorkshire. They've planted millions of trees and it's genuinely changing the way the Yorkshire Dales look.
It can be a bit daunting moving to some new software. You see that monthly amount going out, and when you're a small business, it's quite it can be quite a large amount. But when you think about how much it saves you, less people, you don't need to employ the same number of people, or just the simple fact that it frees up time for you to be thinking about moving your business forward and growing your sales, it's worth every penny. And I would definitely say take the plunge, go for it, because you really will see the benefits and it will just streamline your business.